Yo, what up? It's your boy More Beats. How y'all doing today? Today I am doing something special. Um, this in this video, I want to say it's like a video slash podcast. For those that don't know, I used to have a producer podcast called the Show Lab Producer Podcast, where I would interview different producers and just talk about what producers do. Uh, so this is kind of like this, but I am doing something that I've never done before, and I'm honored to be sitting with a young man, one of my offsprings. For y'all that don't know, me and my wife have 7 kids, and out of the seven, 4 of them are musicians. So I got one of my twins play drums and bass. One of them plays piano and sing. The other one raps and make music, and our baby boy, he raps, makes music. He does it all, and I'm honored to be sitting with my youngest son, uh, producer, rapper, engineer. He is a self-sufficient uh, being, and I just want to say, I'd like to welcome I'm about to say my homeboy, my son Myron, aka Kid Litro, to uh, the podcast. I guess. How you doing, son?
Doing good.
I heard that.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So uh, I'm saying, how you doing? Like I ain't seen you today. Um, so before we get into I guess a lot of conversations and talkings about certain things, I want you to just let the audience know who you are, what you do, and all that good stuff.
Well, I'm Kid Litro. I'm his son, and I make music. I rap. I produce. Make the beats. I mix, master, pretty much everything, like he said. And I'm 16. I'm about to be 17 next month. And yes, just I'm a Christian too. I'm a Christian rapper. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Um, how old were you when you started? Now, and look, I know all these answers, but I just want to be able to, just kind of give in details of how you started. How long have you been producing music, and what? How long have you been producing? That's the first question.
Uh, I was I always get caught between 8 or 7 or 9.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was one of those. I think I was 8. No, I was 9
Hmm.
when I started making beats.
Yeah.
And so 9 to, we say 17 because my birthday next month. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 9 years.
9 years,
9
and you
years.
started when you was about 8. I remember when you first started out. I gave you this iPad Mini, and I got a picture on my desktop. I think I might have sent it to you where you was like sitting down in the hallway with the headphones on.
Mhm.
You- So and that was probably about 7 years old, son.
7?
Yeah, I think it was about, you had to be 7, 8. You started just
It had to be 8 because 7, no, no, no. It was 7 because 7, that's when I had the tablet. No, I had the phone first. That little small phone you gave me at
mm-hmm,
first. And that was at 7. And then I was at 8 when I had the phone and the tablet. And I
mm.
remember mom said you either gotta have one or the other.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, and when I was looking at that picture, I just happened to be going through something through my hard drives, and I just, I'm looking at that picture when you started, and then looking at where you're at now musically, and it's just like, man, like, it's amazing to see how you just stuck with the craft, you know, um, and where you're at today. You know what I'm saying? How you and really flourished as a musician. You know what I'm saying? It's safe. I ain't safe to say, but you are a musician. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I think it's a blessing to see that. Um, when you first started, do you remember what? what intrigued you? What like sparked it? Can you go back that far?
So it sparked because now I didn't care about the music stuff. I liked music, but I wanted to be a football player.
Right?
And
Yeah.
so
All our kids play football.
and then
All our boys.
Marvin he used to write a lot of bars, and I used to watch him write bars and then memorize them at the same time. So I started writing bars, and he had a notebook, and he had some of his bars in there. He had a rap that he didn't finish. I still remember it.
Hmm.
And then I finished the rest of it, and when I finished the rest of it, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I let him hear it, and he didn't think much of it because he was just like, your older brother. He was expecting me to be
Right.
better. So um, it was just a cool little rap, and then I started writing more raps and writing more raps. I was like, man, and I was always the type where I was just like, if I need something now, I don't like asking other people for it. I gotta make it myself.
Right.
And I didn't feel like keep asking my dad for beats. Same time I was shy too. So I didn't want to keep asking my dad for beats. I didn't want to have to buy beats either. So I was like, I gotta find a way to make
What
beats.
did you have some money at 8 years old?
No. So that's why I was like,
Right.
wasn't gonna try to do that. And I was like, I gotta make my own beats. And then so and then I used to be while you was making beats, I used to be right there in your chair acting like I was cutting your hair. So that was also what was like,
Right.
yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
start making beats. But it was all just for fun at first
Hmm.
until I actually realized how much I really loved it.
Right. What age were you at when you realized, you know what, like this is what I love. I love it. Because I know you said when you first started, it was just like for play, but what was that age where you said, you know what, this is what I want to do?
It was when I got Beat Maker 3. So
Hmm.
that had to be when I was like late 9 or 10 years old.
Right. And shout out to Beatmaker 3, man. People that know me, I use a software called Beatmaker 3 on my iPad. And my son, well, when he started out, when he first started out, he was on Beatmaker 2. I was actually still on Beatmaker 2 at that time. I think Beatmaker 3 had started just doing a beta testing, but he started out on Beatmaker 2. So that's how long he's been around it. So it was around, you said around 10 when
At least late 9 or 10. Or yeah, 10. 10,
10.
10.
Okay. Man. So 10 years old, it just becomes like what you want to do. Were you set on this is what you want to do as a career, or you was just like just so really serious at it about it at the time?
It was more of I was set on this is what I want to get better at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like this is what because it's I don't want to say this is really what I want to do. 'Cause at the same time, I'm young and
Hmm.
then I still got my football dreams,
Right.
right? So I was like, man, right now I really just want to get better at making beats and stuff, and so that's why I was always making beats all the time,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's all it was. I just wanted to get better at it.
Just wanted to get better. Hmm. What? Well, I know at 10 years old, did you have any like what's the word I'm looking for? Did you have any um, like favorite producers or favorite people at that time, or you were still just trying to figure it out? That really didn't set at that time, or
So my favorite producer at that time, and even for now, it was. If I'm being honest, it was always me. But but
oh boy.
but but it was you really because I didn't know any
Hmm.
other producers who just I really ain't know any other producers, and then even now I feel like it's still you because the way you just like keep going.
Wow. Well, I appreciate that, son. Besides me, who are some other producers that like some of your favorite? Because uh I these are my favorite producers. So, but
Okay.
like, who are your favorite producers? And I'm gonna
So
tell you mine.
so okay, so me and then you
Mm-hmm.
and then Pharrell.
Mm-hmm.
Pharrell Williams. And then they got this producer that I know. His name is Xerxes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got this other producer who's this, I'm doing my top five. Then they got this other producer. His name is Ben no Majins.
Mm.
Majins. And then after Majins is Benny X. I could keep going, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's my top five.
Oh, you got to hit me to them. I ain't never heard of them.
Yeah, they new school.
They new school. Okay. All right. So my son got new school. I got old school. So my top five, as you can see on the shirt, is George Clinton. I got all their first names. Well, I got George Barry White, J Dilla, which his name is real name is James Yancey. Then I got Just Blaze. Uh, his first name is Justin, and I got Night Wonder, which Night Wonder's real name is Patrick. So these are my top five producers. Uh, so yeah, but you're gonna tap me in with them with the Zersky,
Xerxes,
Majin,
Majins, and Benny
and
X.
Benny X. Um. So let me ask you this, son. Like, so you started out as producing. What made you wanna start rapping? And before you answer that, let me just break it down to let me just mention something. So I'm not sure if you guys seen the Kanye West uh, documentary on Netflix. My son and Kanye, to me, have a lot of similarities because Kanye started out as a producer, but he wanted to be a rapper, and nobody took him serious as a rapper because he was such a dope producer. So it was almost like he had a point to prove, like, yo, I am cold too as a rapper. So what made you want to be more of a rapper? Because like when I was be like, man, you know what, you could sell beats and make some money.
Mm-hmm.
But like you was like so focused on, nah, I want to rap.
Mm-hmm.
What made you lean towards that?
Well, one is every time I try to sell beats, they wouldn't sell. That was one
Okay.
because you put them up there, and I think you put up one of them.
Yeah.
No, it was when I asked you to put up one of my beats, and you was like, "Son, do you really want to put this up?" And that's when I was like, "Yeah, I should probably start rapping."
Oh, so I made you lose confidence? Oh man, that's cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. And I feel you. I feel you on that. The beat selling game it's a process. When I first started, I couldn't sell none either, but you just got to stay in it. But anyway, I don't want to veer off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So it
That's
was that.
cool.
It was that, and then
Oh man.
I was we had found out about Aha Cazell,
Yeah.
and what I didn't know at first was he was a good rapper. Well, I never knew. I never really thought about like being a rapper and a producer. I didn't even think that was because
Mm-hmm.
I thought always like with record labels, there's always just a rapper and then they just got all these producers they hire just to give
Right.
them the beats.
Right. Right. Right.
But then Aha Cazell came along and I found out he make beats
Mm-hmm.
and he raps. So I was like, maybe I can do that too because I did write raps. I did write raps and I did want beats for those raps. So I was like, hmm, I got these raps and I got these beats. Let me just try to, actually try to rap over them. And then, but what made me actually want to be an actual rapper
Mm-hmm.
was I want to say like actually get into a career of it was it was Derek Minor
Mm. Wow.
because I was listening to it. Yeah, it was when RMG was popping,
Mm-hmm.
and I was listening to a lot of his music, and I was like, man, I want to get signed to RMG so bad. And that's when I was like, I got to start this career.
Yeah.
And then
Wow. So Derek. Derek really sparked you as in artist mode.
Well, in career mode,
In career mode.
because Marvin was the one who made me want to be a rapper.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, so Marvin has some influence in that too.
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So your brother and Derek Minor is what put that battery in your back.
Yeah.
Wow. Hmm. Do you remember? You remember your first rap,
The
your
f-
first song?
I remember the first song I wrote. No, I do remember my first one. It was the first one I ever written.
Right.
Was It was called Light Flavor.
Right. On the scale of 1 to 10, where it landed?
Oh, zero. It's not good.
Not even a one, bruh.
No, because it was I was just starting.
Yeah.
The bars was good,
Yeah.
but when it came down to, because I recorded it too, and then when I recorded it, I was just listening to it because Uncle Deezy got the song. I don't know how, but I was just listening to it the other day,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, no, this is not good.
Yeah. 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 I got some old mini discs. I got that where I got like old beats, and when I go back and listen to them, I'll be like, it make me cringe.
Yeah.
But I think that that's everybody when they first start out. You know what I'm saying? Um, who are some of your like? So you said some of your favorite producers. Who are some of your favorite like artists that you admire? You know, rap
So,
wise.
so in all honesty, again, it's me first.
Okay.
I'm my actual favorite. But then, if besides me, like you talking about just rapper period, or like rapping career wise, like an actual rapper that's actually.
I mean, it don't matter. Like, who is somebody you be like, yo, man, how you put that together?
Okay. So my favorite, me, and then I'll say Lil Wayne.
Really?
Cause just the way his wordplay. No, Marvin and then Lil Wayne. Cause
Wow.
their wordplay. And then I'll say Joy Vontes, because he's very, let's say, he's very personal in his music. Like, he
Right.
speak his life.
Right.
And then KB, because of I like the way he could put the Bible in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he actually preaches when he raps. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's an actual sermon. So I like that.
Right. Wow, man. Now, see, I would have thought you would have said Kanye.
I mean, Kanye, I think Kanye is a good artist. I don't think he can really rap. I think he's just really good at creativity wise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think he could rap because, I mean, Kanye's just Kanye's Kanye.
Yeah, and I guess he's a trendsetter. He's
Yeah.
good at like setting trends, and you know, I guess I never was like into the backpack rapping. You know what I'm saying? So it really didn't bother me. And then even now, I was always been the music aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it always was the music that catch me. But I guess as watching you grow up, it always seemed like
It was
Kanye was
Kanye.
like your favorite. Even how you would do visual stuff, or just kind of your demeanor.
Well, it's just because I like I don't Kanye. I don't really like the way he rap or stuff,
Hmm.
but I like his creative mind.
Yeah.
And so that's why a lot of my songs are really I okay, so I say I didn't put him in my top 5 producers,
Hmm.
but really production wise, Kanye is really one of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the way he just arranged things, and just sometimes he'll have in some of his songs, which what I tend to do is put random things in random spots,
Hmm.
and you would listen to it, and I always pay attention to details. So when I'm listening to some of his songs, I'm like, there was no reason for him to put that right there,
Yeah.
but
But it just was
it's
dope.
there. and it
Right.
was dope.
Yeah.
And so that's the type of stuff. And I try to just pay attention to detail when I make my beats
Yeah.
and make my songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I tell you what, bro, like I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll be in here working and then of course I'm working, but then you got your music sky high. But I be like, I go in the kitchen and like lean on the counter and be like, "Hey, this little dude is cold." Like where or I be like, "Where he got that sample from?" Or I'm like, and then I guess maybe I be like, I be on my proud stuff because I don't want to be like, "Man, let me get that sample," or or where you got that sample from. But I'm telling you, I be like, "Sheesh."
I be wondering what you be thinking when that.
Oh no, I be amazed, but I be like, man, this little dude here, man, he's and I'm gonna say this, bro. Like, I thank God for all of my kids. Even the three that don't do music, but it's something about it's something about Joshua, Caleb, Lamarvin, and you that it just amazed me, what I'm saying, how y'all can quickly pick up on stuff. I think that's one of the main that's when it's God's given. Because everybody, people can do stuff, but then like there was just some stuff people are born to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking about Joshua. Joshua ain't never really had no. I ain't really never trained Joshua how to play drums. Joshua just started learning how to. He was like, "Ooh, I like that," and started playing the drum. Even with Caleb, we did piano lesson stuff with Caleb, but he, that kind of just enhanced what he was already good at, even for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really sit down and teach you or Lamarvin. Okay, this is how you start Beatmaker 3. This is how you do this. Da 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 da. Like y'all just picked it up. Only thing I did was just had to give you the tools, and then y'all just figured out. Of course, y'all would come and ask me a few things here and there, but it wasn't like I'm sitting down and having to give y'all like a tutorial on what to do. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just, you can just tell when somebody is gifted from birth to do something. I want to go back to one of your top 5. You mentioned Pharrell. What is it about Pharrell that you like as a producer artist? Because he's one of them self-contained individuals too, where he raps, sing, and produce. So what is it about him that you like?
Well, I like his he's very I feel like when I think about him I think of a colorful person.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I like how he made himself known without I call it a voiceless tag. Because at the beginning of all his songs is always boom, 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 boom.
Right.
And I like that. And so I made some beats like that. I want him to hear them. But I like that about him. And then I just like it's just the positivity. Cause there's a lot of producers that just they produce and they also cause when I listen to rappers and I hear like all the negative rap, I go to the like I try to go check out the producers, see like, okay, are they even positive in a way? And most of the time it's more like, no, they're not positive. They also promoting that. But what's his name? I was watching a Snoop Dogg interview. No, it wasn't Snoop Dogg interview. It was a short on YouTube, and it popped up, and it was like, I think it said Pharrell was the first person to get Snoop Dogg to do something like that. Cause that drop it like it's hot, even though it was talking about whatever.
Right.
It was more positive.
Right. It was different from what Snoop was used to doing.
Right.
He was always doing like the gangster stuff, killing and stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I can see where Pharrell was more of a positive to the industry. I like Pharrell because he literally would, when somebody was going right, he would go left. Like nobody expected the song Happy. You remember the song Happy?
Yeah.
Like nobody expected it. And like it was just it was a big song, you know what I'm saying? But then, he would go from Happy to doing a whole Netflix joint
Mm-hmm.
with the choir. I mean, with the choir contest and stuff. I can't remember the name of it, but then like one of them songs, one of those songs actually went viral where people was using in their videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I always liked him because of the creativity of what he does. So I
And
think that's dope.
yeah, when you mentioned the happy song,
Mm-hmm.
the album before that, he was talking about a lot of stuff that rappers talk about. Like
Right.
regular rappers would talk about like just money and stuff and how fresh he is and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and then he went on to make the song happy and stuff on the
Right.
next album. And I felt like I just like his versatility.
Versatility. Yeah, he's very versatile.
Yeah.
He's
And then
very
he do a lot of stuff with movies and stuff.
yes,
I like that.
yes. He's keep on what's the word? Elevating or leveling up. You know what I'm saying? Just keep on, elevating. I want to venture over into um, to another conversation. Your experience in CHH. I know you've had a time about it, and we've had a lot of conversations
Mm-hmm.
about certain things that you would post online. I was like, son, I don't think that's a good move as you're being in the genre, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? I understand the frustrations and stuff, but has I guess where do you fall? What is your thoughts on where is it? Is it still have you moved on to where it's like, okay, God, I just need to be able to do what you call me to do, or do you still be like just it still be frustrated about it? Where you at in the mix?
So I'm gonna just answer it like this. So I've joined a lot of Christian CHH group chats,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and a few collectives, and it will make you think that CHH is evil, like just evil,
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of two-faced people, a lot of gossipers, a lot of uh, a lot of reasons why CHH is not where it should be,
Mm-hmm.
because it's just a whole bunch of behind the scene things that ain't right. And so for me, I'm just like, man, wherever, cause I was just the type to say forget CHH at first until I actually realized no, that's not right, because CHH is what God want to use to do something big with
Right.
and represent him. So I'm like, now it's just like, show me what I can do to be able to bring it back to life in a sense.
Right. Right. Well, what do you think is missing? From your perspective, and I'm keeping in mind that you be 17 next month, so you're still young. You know what I'm saying? But what do you think is missing that may be causing that? Is it
Uh,
is it a is it a breakdown of the generations that came prior to you? You know what I'm saying? That what you think is the breakdown?
I think what's missing is discipleship, discipline,
Mm, yeah.
because a lot of people are in here and they know how to rap, they know how to produce, they know how to record, but a lot of people they know how to be Christian rappers, but they don't know how to do it for the kingdom in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because like I said, I've been in a lot of group chats. I've been in a lot in few collectives, and I've seen how people act behind the scenes, and it's like they have to put. They feel like they have to put on a front, and then when it's over, okay, now we in the group chat. Now we talking. This is what people can't see everything.
Hmm.
We just going. I'm sorry. We just gonna talk like crazy. We just gonna do
Right.
something. And I've done it before,
Hmm.
but I feel like discipline, like discipline, just forget music, discipline in the your Christian life,
Right.
period. And and I don't want to call anyone out, but I feel like I see a lack of that in the artist of he go to uh the church of a very controversial pastor who, you
Mm-hmm.
know, I think you know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
But he the way he rap, the things he say in his songs is just questionable, and it's like, yo, like, should you really say that in your song as a
Right.
Christian?
Yeah.
But then you go look back and see who his pastor is, and then see what his pastor done and what his pastor supports,
Yeah.
and it's like, so, and then we don't really have that much leaders in CHH. We have leaders, but the leaders are out doing their thing and they're not
Right.
coming back.
Right. It. I think I totally agree. I think there's a there is a lack of discipleship. I'm just thinking about a situation that I had to deal with. Excuse me, with two guys, and the situation was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, once I kind of just seen what was going on, I'm like, man, what we doing here? Man, we supposed to be Christians. Like, I do agree that there's a lack of that's a lack of discipleship. People are really not getting discipled. And I think sometimes what happened too, which is scary. Remember, I sent you that video from the guy. He was talking about the Matthew 7:21
Yeah.
about the musicians.
Mhm.
I think sometimes what happens, because the way we're gifted, we would tend to ride on our gifts. Like, if our gifts is gonna like get us over the hump and keep us going in this Christian walk, it can be a deception, because it's like you just riding off the gifts, but like your lifestyle is totally opposite of that. And I think, like you say, I do agree. I think that comes from lack of discipleship. Let me ask you this: what do you think? I mean, when it comes to discipleship, far as yourself in your walk, how does that how is that walked out? You know, with it. I mean, beyond the music. I mean, is it? Are you more conscious of? Hold on, man. I really need to be living right if I'm gonna be talking to people about that.
Yeah.
What is that? What is that balance like for you? Or
I for one, I'm the type where it's like, okay, I I want to be a real person with you. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and just act like I'm all perfect.
yeah,
Like,
right, right.
I mess up, I slip up a lot of times. My dad could tell you. Hope he doesn't. But, uh,
I got you, bro.
uh, but where my conviction lies at my boundaries. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. I mean, uh, I guess I guess you could say bound. I'm just like, if you're saying if there's a lack of discipleship, how important is it for you? How important is discipleship for you? That's the question.
It's yeah, it's very important.
Right.
If it's it's something that I try to for myself
Right.
focus on, because even when I'm making songs, I feel convicted.
Right.
Some things I say, and
But
yeah,
you have seen, in just being in the mix where, what, everybody don't share that same sentiments.
no, and that's one thing I realized.
Yeah.
So because even
And not to be judging nobody,
yeah,
but you know what I'm saying?
even in some of my when I be recording,
Mm-hmm.
I be like having ideas to say something, and then I just feel like, no, I shouldn't say that, even though it's not technically bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that God will send me to hell for. But if I just feel like for me, I don't think I should really say that. Like, I'm very, like I say, I pay attention to details,
Mm-hmm.
so I get convicted a lot about that type of stuff. So it's like with details, I'm trying, like, now I try more to. So there's double negatives. Like, if you say I ain't no loser.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much you saying I am a loser
Mm-hmm.
because you saying I ain't no loser. So that's the type of stuff I try to pay attention to. And so if I say, uh, ain't no way I'm going to hell, if I record that, I try to change it up and say, there's no way I'm going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
I get convicted off type stuff like that because, like I said, I pay attention to
Right.
detail.
Right.
And
Right.
it's like I don't want to be saying things and having people saying certain things that they're not really realizing that it's really the opposite of what you're trying to say.
Right. Right. Right.
I think about that too.
Yeah. When it comes to your music, what is the message that you're trying to bring to people?
The main message is really that it's okay to not be the best Christian. If you get what I'm saying.
Break that down.
It's okay to mess up sometimes. It's okay to be struggling as a Christian, like even with porn or with cussing, or you struggling with chasing women or struggling with drugs. I want to make it known to people. I want the message to be it's okay if you're a Christian and you're going through that. Now, of course, you need to change from that.
Right. Right. Okay.
But
yeah.
It's okay to go through this sometimes because the Bible never said we wasn't gonna struggle.
Right.
Right. If you're struggling, if the fight is so great, that means something. That means you must be doing something right.
Right.
Because the devil not going to attack you if you just
right.
Like he not going to attack you as much if you just being lazy and not working for God. So it's okay to go through struggles as a Christian.
Right. And so, and basically, you're just saying that, hey, listen, in this walk, you're gonna struggle. Like, don't beat yourself up. Don't make it seem like you're a loser because you struggling in this sin. But also, in the midst of you, in the season that you're struggling, you need to be trying to work real hard to get out of it.
Right. And it's also because I've always dealt with. I like to talk about things that I always dealt with. I mean, I'm sure every rapper should want to do that. But I like to talk about because I used to think I was a loser. I used to be like, man, like even still, sometimes I beat myself up because I really be tripping and really just be doing things that I know I really shouldn't be doing. And so what I try to do is, the music is not only, when people say music is therapy, that is a true fact. My music is not only therapy for me, but it's not only therapy for the audience, but it's also therapy for me.
Yeah.
Because while y'all listening to it, I'm actually venting and speaking out what I'm going through when I'm recording. And I go back and listen to it, and I could be like, yo, like I really went through that, but I'm so glad I put that out because now someone else might be going through that.
Yeah.
But they listen to that song and be like, because people have hit me up and was like, they had a song I was talking about suicide, and some people hit me up and was like, man, like that's real. Like, thank you for that. I don't know how they doing now, but they said thank you, and that just was like, wow.
Yeah, man. I don't rap. I don't rap, but when I'm, music. I mean, for production is therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been able to get out a lot of stuff. Just vent out a lot of stuff. Just actually creating music. Music has always been a safe place for me, and just even correlating that even to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like in First Samuel, in First Samuel when David came and played the music for Saul. You know what I'm saying? To like he played the evil spirit out of him. You know what I'm saying? That's a example of how music can even minister to you and be therapy. So go ahead.
I was just thinking about that yesterday. No, not yesterday. It was, I don't know when, but it was really recent. And I was like, some thought to my head. I thought about that, and a thought came to my head was like, I want to be the musician that what they said David provoked the devil, or
No, the
he
evil spirit came out of Saul.
yeah, I want to be the rapper who would do that for other people. When they listen to my music, the evil spirit could come out of
Yeah,
them.
right, right. I think, and man, that's. I don't know if you remember a couple of Sundays ago when we was in class and we was just talking about like your giftings and how you may be gifted to do certain things, and I mentioned something alluding to that. Like you might be in a concert of
Oh
thousands,
yeah, you
and God be like, you see that individual that may be right there, and you stop the whole concert just to be able to minister to him. Like, I think that's dope, bro. I think that's dope. Beatmaker 3 has been what you started out on,
mm-hmm.
right? I was about to ask, what is it? What is it? What's so dope about it? And I know it's hard to compare to. Well, no, you can compare because you use Cubase too.
Mm-hmm.
But well, let me ask you this: out of the two, what is your favorite? Beatmaker 3 or Cubases?
I don't really have a favorite because I use them for
You
two different
two
things.
different things. So
But well, beat making, okay, yeah, I use them both for both things. So
hmm
beat making, I'll say beat maker is definitely, I mean, it's in the name.
hmm
And then Cubase is for recording
yeah,
is better because I tried recording on beat maker, and nah.
just
But
yeah,
Cubase is already have things set for that. So
right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, I man, I'm hoping my homies over at Beatmaker 3 tap in. I hope they whenever I know they coming out with some updates soon. I don't know what they are, but I'm hoping that they're focusing on the recording aspect of it. I think the one up that Cubases have on Beatmaker 3, they got that Wave suite. You know what I'm saying? They got the plugins. Of course, you can bring in all your other plugins, but they have the Wave bundle in there, which I think is, even for the auto tune. You know what I'm saying? Like that the auto tune that they have in the Wave bundle kit is dope. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I don't know what their focus are, but I hope they focus more on the recording side of it. Um, where do you see yourself 5 years from now, son?
uh I don't even know because I really feel like Jesus gonna come back before then. But 5 years from now, 'cause I don't want to do this music stuff forever. I feel like my my plan is to already hit, settle down and have children and just take care of my family.
Married, have kids.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So you'll be 22 at that time.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you 17. You pretty much 17.
Mhm.
5 years, you'd be 22. That means you got a lot of working to do.
Mhm.
Um, man, for somebody that may be listening or watching and be like, yo, man, I'm really inspired by this young guy. You know what I'm saying? Uh, what would be some advice to somebody that wants to get into, you know, the music? You know what I'm saying? What advice would you give to someone for with the experience and expertise that you know?
Make sure that it's something you really want to do because it's definitely torture. It will be torture to you if you didn't like it because it's definitely draining
Mm-hmm.
to me. And I'm a artist. I feel like I'm the best. So it's draining to me. So if I feel like I'm the best and it's draining to me, and music is not for you, it's gonna be torture to you.
Right.
So you don't want to do that. So make sure it's something you genuinely want to do, and then make sure to just try not to be so caught up in what everybody else doing, but try to improve your sound. And then once you out there, because every people gonna hit you up when they hear your sound and be like, "Yo, your sound is cool. I like it."
Mm-hmm.
So don't try to be so caught up in what everybody else doing. Start you start for yourself, or if you're in a group, start for y'all. Don't try to be trying to get these big old features already. Just start
Mm-hmm.
y'all, and then as y'all go up, as y'all promote more, as y'all just connect,
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's gonna, you're gonna eventually have what you want.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, I just got to ask you, where do you get that confidence from? I mean, like, I'm not mad at you saying that you're the best. I think we should think that we are, good at what we do. You know what I'm
But
saying? But where does that confidence come? Because that could, that could come
be
off
prideful.
prideful.
I don't. The reason I believe that genuinely is not pride to me, because if you be there while I'm making beats or while I'm making my songs, I don't think I haven't seen
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen other people do what I do, because it's literally like what I have is makeshift,
Mm-hmm.
and you literally learn as you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like FL Studio where you could go watch a video on YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
then you learn everything. And then FL Studio, no hate to the people who got FL Studio, but I just feel like a lot of things is already set up there for y'all. On what I have, what I'm working with, it's like I have to.
You really have to put
Yeah,
in
you
the
have
work.
to put in work,
Right.
put in your time,
Right.
and have to. That's why a lot of things when it come down to making certain beats, I can't make them because I don't have, everything. But going off of my work ethic and the work I put in, the time I put in, I feel like I am the best, because everybody out there, they got their stuff set up, but I'm actually here
Right.
creating it from nothing.
Right. I say this as, and not just because, you my son. Um, I admire the work ethic because you remind me of a young me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I remember when I used to be able to stay up 2 or 3, 4 o'clock in the morning working on music. And there have been many times where I get up in the middle of the night and I can still hear you 1, 2 o'clock making music. You know what I'm saying? Now, me being an old person, I'd be like, man, this dude need to go to sleep, especially if it's on a school night. Like, go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I admire that because uh, that's this thing where you put in your 10,000 hours. I think you might be close to, your 10,000 hours
Probably so.
putting it in, you know what I'm saying? Because you do the work, and I just want to say as a fan, I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I admire that. You actually keep me on my toes, you know what I'm saying, just to go, it. And see, we in two different spaces. The production is, for me, you know what I'm saying, a means of, me paying the bills, certain things. But I get tired, and sometimes I don't wanna like, I just want to go to bed. And every day I'm looking, I'm searching and trying to figure out ways to where I don't have to work so hard,
Hmm.
as a producer, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to feel like I don't want to be to the place where, okay, I need to make sure I have dust and dust and dust and dust to make sure I got enough to be able to cover the bills and stuff. But in the midst of me, in the meantime, sometimes when I pass by you, when I'm coming in the kitchen getting something to drink, or getting something, and I hear you there making music, it'd be something be like, you got to stay on your grind. You know what I'm saying? You just you motivate me. You encourage me. You know what I'm saying, to just keep going. So I want to say I'm proud of you, bro. I love what God is doing in you, and where He has from a child on up to now.
And I'm sorry, I just want to
Yeah.
say what keeps me going
Mm-hmm.
to like even working to 4 o'clock in the morning on music. I feel like it's really just knowing what you can do and what you still have energy to do. Because sometimes I'm like, man, it's time for me to go to bed. But I know, I feel in my gut, because it's like, okay, I'm going to use basketball reference that works for me all the time. Going up for a layup.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep your eyes on the goal
Mm-hmm.
as you're dribbling, whether they have 3 people in front of you, 5 people in front of you,
Mm-hmm.
Coach Boo taught me this. Keep your eye on the goal. 2 things gonna happen. You're gonna get fouled or you're gonna make the shot because it's a layup. You
Right.
can't miss a layup.
Right.
So those 2 things are gonna happen. Most of the time, I make the shot. Why I use that is when I'm going up for that layup, I believe in myself. Okay, I can make this layup.
Mm-hmm.
Or if I don't make the layup, I'm going to get fouled. So
Right.
I'm going to have a chance to make the shot either way it go.
Right.
And so I use that same mentality with, okay, I got this goal. I want to make this album. Even though I'm tired,
Yeah.
even though, you know, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm tired, even though it's probably time for me to go to bed, I'm going to push myself a little bit more because I know I got enough energy. I believe in myself that I can at least, if I can't make the whole song tonight, I could work on some of the song.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, because that's like the foul shot.
Right.
Because you get fouled, you went up for the shot and you got fouled, so you got a chance to get your
Right.
do it again
Right.
for free.
Right.
But tonight, I could probably work on a little bit of the song. Then tomorrow, I got another chance, and it's a free shot to work on this song and finish it and actually perfect it to what I want it to be and reach the goal.
Right. Right. So in other words, when you leave this podcast, you're gonna work on some music.
Probably so.
The epitome of a grinder. The epitome of the grinder.
And it's not fun. It's not fun.
I know, because sometimes you tired, and then you work too. You know what I'm saying? So you come from the gig and then work. I mean, then you come from the gig and then go right to the music. Yeah, I get it. I think too. I would say, when God is predestining you to do something, you know what I'm saying? He you have that drive to get it out. So I appreciate that out of you, bro. I appreciate that. I really truly say that, and I'm not saying that just because you're my baby boy. I appreciate you as an artist because it's encouraging to see. Where can people follow you at, man? I mean, tell the people about your music and where they can find you at.
You can find me on everything. Kid Literal, KIDLITTRO, Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, Amazon Music. I don't know what they all on.
Right.
But
They
they
pretty
on everything.
they pretty much
YouTube.
on all the yeah.
And then Instagram, you can find me on there. TikTok, I don't post as much, but you could still find me on there.
Yeah. Any shouts out to anybody before you dip out? Before we dip?
Shout out to my dad, of course. And then to the people that we have named: Pharrell, Derek Minor, my brother Marvin, Xerxes, Majim, and Benny X, and Kanye West if they ever see this.
Yeah. What about your mom?
Oh, and my mom. I'm sorry. Shout out my mom too for my mom just does everything.
Yeah, she's one of those. We are a go-getter family. We at one time, and we closing after this, but at one time you could literally, once somebody Joshua could be playing the drums, Caleb on the piano, Myron in a corner somewhere with his iPad, and LaMarvin somewhere singing
Or playing the
guitar, and I would be in there working on music, and your mama could literally be in there doing voice lessons in the bathroom.
Design.
Or doing graphic design. So
Or school
stuff. We are truly Jamaicans. But man, it's been a pleasure sitting with you, bro. I would love to be able to do this again. It's the first time I ever did something like this, man. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the page. Man, please leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what you thought about it. Hopefully, we'll be doing much more of this. All right. More for more beats, grace, and peace.